My name is Steve TV Online, and I am going to be showing this game off, Toy Story 3. Now, there's no audio right now because it is playing a DMC song, and I do not want to do that to GDQ. We will get audio after this. I am joined here with Exotic Sponge.
Hey everyone, I'm Exotic Sponge here. I'm going to be commentating with Steve for Toy Story 3, the video game.
This is story any %, and this is such a every trick that's able to be done on the PC, I'm going to be playing on the Xbox, and every trick that's able to be done on the PC is going to be done here on the Xbox as well. And I'm going to be trying to show each one of them off, and Exotic is the world record holder, so he's going to be able to explain the tricks a little bit better than I am. But without further ado, the timing will not start right when we get into the game. The timing is going to start the second that we gain control of Bullseye here. So we are going to get into here, and we're going to unmute the audio, and then I will tell you when to start it. 3, 2, 1, start.
As Bullseye takes off. So this is Toy Story 3, the video game for the 360, which is pretty much similar to the Wii and PC version of the game, with the PC being much faster because of load times. So right here, this is the first part of the level. Right now, Steve is just traveling with Bullseye and trying to get hit because this is a auto-scroll part. But things will pick up after this, believe me.
Yeah, I could actually lift my hands off of the controller if I wanted to right now, but what I'd like to do during this is, normally all you would have to do is move back and forth, but it's very sensitive for some reason. Bullseye is very sensitive. So what I like to do is I like to push forward and move back and forth. That way I can move back and forth a little bit easier. One thing I did before this run is I went into the game and I collected 2 different things. One is the coin capsules here, and the other one is a card, which is a collectible that you would go to Al's Toy Barn afterwards and look at bonus features, I believe it is.
Called concept arts and things like that.
Yeah, and doing that, for me, saves a half a second because I forget to push the A button when I pick it up. And what I also did is I went to the toy box, and I went into the toy box beforehand, and I set it up so all I'll have to do after I get out of this level is mash the A button to go into the next level. Otherwise, they would keep on wanting us to go to the toy box.
So we just got to the train, and the goal here is to, in quotes, rescue the Hartridge, which is the orphanage. But that's kind of slow, so we pretty much will be skipping all of them. Except for one of them, which is this one, because we actually need him to rescue him so Bugs can actually blow up that cart up ahead. Now the fastest way of movement, as you saw there, is dashing. But be careful how you dash, because if you dash too close to stuff like the aliens or the crates down there, Woody will actually home into it, so be kind of careful where you dash, make sure you're kind of far away from everything and aim for the correct direction. Because bonking is very bad in video games.
There we go, that was good RNG.
There you go. You have some cows we have to rescue? Well, no, we're going to skip those as well. Normally, if you didn't know, if you throw a cow onto that catapult, it will actually reveal a collectible which you can collect. But like you said before, you're going skipping all of that.
So one could say that we're moving past the cows?
Moving right along them, or in this case, past them. And there we go, Steve with that snipe of Dr. Porkchop, who we end up saving late in this one, believe it or not.
The evil Dr. Porkchop, thank you very much.
The evil Dr. Porkchop. In Toy Box mode, he's actually a mayor, so he does change his roles quite a bit in this game. Alright, we're about to approach the boss fight here. If someone wants to guess what that is, that'd be great.
So right here, oops, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So right here, all I'm doing is, it's impossible to get hit as long as you just keep on moving forward in that section.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna do a try for swag move here. The thing with the evil Dr. Porkchop is if you get too close to him, he will shoot you to stun you, and then he will throw the bottom of his Got it. Oh, I didn't get it.
Oh,
I told you it was gonna happen.
Well, yeah.
And then I'm gonna get hit by that. That's what we didn't want to happen.
That's his nuke. He pretty much destroys everything instantly. And yes, that's actually the boss fight for this level.
That's not that big of an issue.
Get that massive snipe.
Let's try it again. Nope.
With these balls, you have to aim like kind of free-handedly, because if you just aim in the wrong direction or don't aim at all, like go towards him while you're throwing, you just hit the alien instead. So that's why it's pretty hard to actually get him.
All right. So coming into this next level we're going to get the main trick of the entire run. Do you want to kind of explain that, Exotic?
Yeah, sure. What Steve's going to do here is something called infinite wall jump. Pretty much, it's one of the biggest skips in the game. It breaks pretty much everything. If you wall jump off a wall and pause while in the middle of the animation right there, you can actually preserve your momentum and go towards the wall, which allows you to do another infinite wall jump. And this gets used a lot more later in the run. That's
and
just
by a lot more, we mean like half of one of the levels is just doing that.
Pretty much. We're inside Bonnie's basement, rescuing the house phone now, or the home phone as they call it. So to actually get to it, we can't even wall jump up to the phone because the toys just can't touch it, I guess. So what we have to do here, we have to use these green soldiers which somehow got tied up in rope to actually get to the phone. To the home phone.
Yes! All right.
I noticed when...
Oh, go ahead.
I noticed when that cutscene ended, you switched on over to Jesse, and the last level you were playing as Woody. Are you able to actually switch characters between certain levels, or is it that the game just says, no, for this level you have to be, as this character, you have to be as this character?
You usually start off as Woody, and we just switch off. I think every single level you start. No, I lied. There is a couple that you start off as somebody else, but in this one you start off as Woody. I just had to change over to Jesse really quick. We would play as Woody normally, but Jesse is the only one that's able to do this move coming up right here. She's the only one that can do that.
So pretty much each character has own special ability. Jesse can stand on these middle things, those little platforms. Woody can grappling hook, and Buzz can pretty much throw other characters very far away. And you can switch characters in, I believe, 3 levels. In this level, Sunnyside and Trash Thrash. But the game kind of changes its physics / its engine in each level. So next we're going to be playing as Bugs, and he's going to be has some extra abilities unlike the other levels we just played before. That's kind of how the game works.
Alright, so this is my worst level. It's the longest level in the entire game. And that's why it's my worst level, because it's not the longest level, I think the second longest level, I guess you would go with, but it's hard to practice because some of the tricks are later on in the level, and you have to go through this entire first section, which is just flying around and shooting asteroids.
Yeah, so similar to Bullseye, this is another R-score part. Not as long as Bullseye, I don't think, but pretty much the goal here is just not get hit. And once you do that successfully, you pretty much beat this section in the fastest time possible. So goal here, just don't get hit by anything.
So in the movie, this level is called Buzz Video Game. And if you remember, if you've ever seen the Toy Story 3 movie, this is when Rex is controlling Buzz Lightyear in the video game. So if you want to call it this, it is Video Gameception, because we are actually playing as Rex, playing as Buzz Lightyear in a Buzz Lightyear video game.
So a video game in a video game within a video game. And believe it or not, you guys might be getting flashbacks from Toy Story 2, and that is because this is actually the first scene from that movie, Toy Story 2, which have been ported to Toy Story 3.
Don't forget we're going to see Toy Story 2 next.
Yep.
So, yep.
Yeah, I promise you this is the most boring section of this level. There's like tricks galore coming up in this next section.
Yeah, you guys won't believe what's up after this.
So, in the meantime, what was the inspiration to learn this speed run? Is it just I want to pick it up and learn it, or is it like I saw another runner?
So for me, I learned this for the 12-hour challenge, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't know what the 12-hour challenge is, it is two times a year. You choose a game and you have 12 hours to learn the game, and then you do a run of it. You don't have to do all 12 hours in a row, but you can learn it in 12 hours and do it. And I just grew in love with this game. I think this is my most played speedrun.
For me, it was a early childhood game that I always played. So that's why I speedrun it. And then it'll be one of my most favorite speedruns for sure. So come up here in this section, we have asteroids raining down from the sky. And it's kind of destroying the world, as you can see, or this planet.
And where those asteroids fall are all in the same place every single time, so I wasn't even worried about like trying to figure out where something is going to fall.
And you have the big one coming up.
Now we have a blip in the sky, but it's no small blip.
As you're about to see.
That was a blip.
Yep. So pretty much everything got destroyed except for bugs.
Except for Buzz, yep.
I always wonder if this is part of Zerg's security system here, but honestly, I can't even tell.
So now we are in the asteroid area, and you're going to see something new from Buzz. He's going to have this ability to hover with his jetpack. And is this the only level he does it in too?
Yep, it is. He doesn't do any other level.
And then right now, I'm going to try and do a little tiny trick here. I don't think I'll be able to do it. I'll explain it if I get it to work.
And of course, you unlock.
Oh, I did it! I got it! I got it! I got it!
So
Nice.
what Steve just did, he just skipped a cutscene by going not too far from it, but just close enough so he can actually dash and skip being knocked back.
You have to be in like a specific area and dash at the right time in order for it to happen. All right, so right here we're going to be lighting up these rocks that are going to explode and give us more platforms, but we're going to skip the second one here, and you'll see why in just a second. We're going to go over here and we're going to slam down. We forgot to say that if there's green on it, it means you have to slam down in a particular area. So we're going to light up this one. This one is going to allow for us to continue on right here, and then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to aim in the distance at that rock over out in the distance. This is going to allow for us to... The game believes that we were close enough and actually on the rock that it just teleports us over to that rock. So it just completes...
Thanks,
Yeah.
Yep.
So now we're going to slam down here, and I'm going to try and get over to the other next section as fast as possible, because otherwise I will be on a different cycle that I'm not used to. There's a certain... Oh, you jerk.
Oh, yeah. Those are Zerg's robots here. He just blasted Steve off that rock.
All right, now I have to do a little bit of improvising. I don't know the order.
Oh, no.
Yep. Next is these circly clockwise, counterclockwise platforms which you have to navigate through. It's definitely, I would say, one of the hard parts of the level for sure. Especially if you're doing hundo.
And if you don't know...
the pattern.
Get over there.
I'm
not going to make this. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
Oh, wow.
So, you do remember that little trick that I explained in Bonnie's house? You're about to see it again. And this one's a big one. This allows you to skip the last defensive of Zerg's fortress. Instead of having to defeat all those enemies, Steve is simply just going to jump on this little thing right here, this little visible platform, a little visible wall, to get into Zerg's base the secret way.
So, I used to struggle with this trick, like, hardcore. Until Sponge came into my chat one day and he's just like, why don't you just hold forward? It's a lot easier. You just, like, hold forward and do the jump that way.
Yep.
So, from then on out, it's been the easiest way to do it is just get to that second, and just hold forward and do the jump. It works every single time.
So we just walk into Zerg's fortress the cool way. Now here, the big thing is just dashing. But be careful not to dash too close to any walls, or you'll instead bonk. So definitely movement is the key here.
All right, and then we're gonna go into here. Ow.
Oh. Yep, that was a crystal. It kind of makes this like shockwave, which bugs can bonk back from. Onto the catwalks, and we go onto the drills. So this drill here, coming up, you gotta be careful that you don't touch electricity on either side because bugs will instantly get destroyed. So you have to be kind of careful not to get too close to those. The game don't even give you another chance at it. You just instantly explode.
Yeah.
You can also skip this by doing infinite wall jumps as well, or just going onto the ledge and jumping again. But like I said, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Especially when you get late into the level. Onto the other catwalk.
Now they've added in an extra feature to it, and that's extra electricity.
Yep. And then...
I don't know why, but that looked like a toaster to me.
Oops. A little bit too far.
It's fine. So that's one of Zerg's other security systems here. That crushing tube. Might remember that from Toy Story 2.
I love that.
And of course, the colorful platforms. Always a classic. And
all right, I'm gonna show off the swag strat.
So this is pretty much a harder version of what we just did before, except with faster crushes and a lot of different harder things that you're about to see. And see it blows the play off. There we go. Saves 2 seconds, but it's very cool to see.
Come on.
So now instead of having one crystal here, we have 2 crystals to destroy here. And of course, we have a lot of things trying to shoot bugs. So the key here is just to move around, trying to avoid the jet projectiles, while bugs aim at the crystals.
Nice.
Yep. Now in the second part.
I do appreciate this in chat. Someone said, "Gotta admire Zerg's dedication to the gimmick. Even the air vents are full of Z's."
Yep, Z's everywhere. Just want you don't fall asleep during this level. So this is the harder drill section. You can skip all this by doing some crazy jumps, but that but it's kind of hard to do it because you have to jump outwards and inwards, and kind of hard to explain. So let's see if you can't do this normally, because those ledges are very, very tiny.
Oh yeah.
And like I said before, if you touch any of those electricities, it's a rip.
Come on. Okay.
Okay, we're good. On to another Z catwalk. And then, of course, we have the same crusher, except there are walls.
Can we call it a Zat walk?
All right,
Zap
so for these colored sections, they're gonna fall down. We're gonna go purple, green, blue, and yellow, and there we go.
And there you go.
Nice.
That's how you approach closer into Zerg himself. But of course, before we do that, Zerg had these other Zerg bots which he had to destroy. You only have to worry about the robots on the ground. The ones on the wall doesn't matter for whatever reason.
And we don't know how many there's going to be. This is one of the random areas, like the RNG. You don't know if it's going to be a fast cycle of how many are going to actually spawn in at this section.
Yeah. It's pretty much a timer thing / defeat them all before the timer actually gets met. So you kind of do both at once. And it's like Steve said, the timing is a little bit random. There's not recently, but like a few months ago, there was actually recently a theory that you can actually skip all of this, but it never ended up panning out. But it was a interesting story for sure. It ended up being completely useless because Zerg's laser was pretty much broken. So you're about to reach the final boss himself, which is Zerg. I know, surprising, right?
Really? I thought it was gonna be Andy's neighbor.
He's the garbage he's the garbage guy in the third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. So here, Zerg will be doing this skip called Zerg skip, and pretty much if you keep the laser aimed at him, even while he goes into his hattie hole there, you can pretty much get off multiple cycles off a Zerg and kill him instantly without only having to go through all 3 cycles. You only have to do 1 cycle instead of all 3.
I am really bad at that trick.
This is a hard level to practice because you pretty much have played through the entire level every time you defeat Zerg, so it's pretty annoying.
Really, they are just not. There we go. That was 2 cycles though. Instead of the 3 cycles, I just did 2 cycles.
So that's half a Zerg skip.
No, I still say first try. You know.
Yeah, first try. Let's call it that.
Yeah.
Even if you miss first cycle, it's like free to get a second cycle if you're close enough. So.
Yeah.
All right, this is my favorite level to show off here.
This is Sunnyside, the prison for all the toys.
So this is where it's a little bit different on the PC. On the PC version, when this game first came out, this dialogue never showed up if you played on the French. They never did dialogue for French. However, 2 years ago, they decided to patch out the game and actually put in the French dialogue on it. So now the PC just takes out the dialogue just to make it so it's even for every person that plays it.
Did you just say 2 years?
Yes, 2 years ago.
And this game came out in 2010, correct?
10 or 12? Was it 2010 or
2010.
Yeah, 2010. Yeah, it just patched, yeah.
Yeah. So we still updates it came on PC even after all these years later.
That's actually really impressive.
Yep. Dedication.
Yeah.
So here, the goal here is to pretty much play around with all these toys, and it'll be by that I mean doing the challenges, and those will give you like credits to actually get out this level. There's three challenges which Woody has to defeat or beat.
You ready?
So first you have Bullseye, and the goal is to pop all the balloons. You don't have to pop all of them, but it's actually fast to do so because the other way to defeat this is to wait for the time to run out, which is slow and boring. So we pop all the balloons.
This is even harder than it looks.
Okay, I still got that though.
Those are pretty difficult jumps. Bullseye is definitely a hard horse to control when he's not being auto-piloted, auto-scrolled, so...
There we go.
127,
okay, that's a short dialogue box.
Nice.
We'll take that.
That is how a cowboy jumps across a board.
Now we're gonna go over the Teeny Racer one. Once again, we have another order. Like you said, we don't have to get all of them, but the faster you do it, obviously the faster the time. And there's a certain order that we're going to break all these blocks. Or once you get used to a certain order, then that's the order you usually take.
Keep an eye on the timer.
In my opinion, Teeny Racer, this car is much harder to control than Bullseye. At least in my opinion.
No, I believe so too.
Yeah. So the goal here is to is to play around like that, and also to destroy all these colorful blocks, these play blocks.
Get this, thank you.
So Steve will have to go back quite a bit in order to gain acceleration to make up a lot of these ramps, which is why we're doing this order. You really need acceleration to make it up here, because if you're too slow, you pretty much lose like 20 seconds on trying to do that again.
Oh, that was good.
123, not bad.
Yep.
Not bad. Nice.
Now we're gonna switch over to Jesse, and oh boy, we get to have a little bit of fun.
Yep, fun with this guy and a lot of aliens which you have to knock out.
So this is like a defend the line sort of situation, tower defense sort of situation, and normally you would have to hit 50 in order to continue on, but you can hit 47 of them in order to continue on for some strange reason. But I found out recently, I'm not sure if it's true or not, we'll find out because I'm still going to do it. If you get 50 of them, he has a shorter dialogue box.
This reminds me so much of the American Gladiators game of like the early 90s.
To be honest, I don't know that game.
It was based off of an American '90s, like it was.
Okay, so what I usually do here, what I usually do here is I usually let that guy on the left go. That's my first guy I let go through. We want to go as fast as possible with like letting people go through. So soon I'm gonna let a second person go through.
It's definitely more a timing thing. You want to just let a few of them go past the line before you actually get to 47, just so it's doesn't take as long for them to actually cross the red line. That's why he does that.
There we go. That was actually pretty good. I'll take that.
That's pretty good.
You did good. Okay, so that's the short dialogue box that I was talking about.
And then we talk to Lasso, and he gets you out here now. Much easier, much more peaceful than the other room.
Okay,
let's put that way.
Taking a deep breath here, because Bonnie's house. I have 20 plus hours of practice on this level alone in this game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This level is very difficult to me for some strange reason. Exotic will probably be explaining most of what's going on in this while I focus.
So pretty much, and Woody went to this wedge girl and play around with her a little bit and ended up here somehow through her imagination. So our goal here is to make it to her rocket, which parked right outside his house. And to do that, instead of doing that normally, go along the wall and all of that, you're going to be taking full advantage of infinite wall jumping, similar to what I explained earlier, except you're going to be doing it a lot more. As you saw, we just get the whole entire area with just wall jumping alone. So from here, you then go do another wall jump onto the hamster cage to skip this area, and the camera does lock himself a little bit here, so you have to kind of navigate your way through this area kind of blindly. And you can see Steve's about to hit this checkpoint here to activate the platforms or make them appear before going to the hamster cage. Now this hamster cage here is very finicky because sometimes you can fall right through it or you get stuck in it. So you have to be kind of careful not to go through it or get stuck in it, as you see there.
This is the only time when I can soft lock. But if I do soft lock, it's not like the end of the world. Like I can just restart it.
Yeah,
that's why my estimate is at a 50.
So quite a level, and you could pretty much start the level again if that happens. So from here, with the camera locked, you have to now go up the basket and hopefully activate the trigger, which brings you onto Andy's rocket, which just happened to be parked outside.
Okay, we're past the hard part. I can relax now.
Yeah. So I guess the house is in space now, or either she lives in space.
Okay, so what we normally have to do is we have to get... How many batteries do we normally have to get here?
I believe four small ones and 3 big ones.
Instead, we're only going to do one of them, and then we're going to complete the level.
Because apparently this rocket only requires 1 big battery to activate, not like 8 of them like the game requires us. So this is like the biggest skip in the whole entire game. This is called rail skip. It allows you to skip having to collect all the batteries and going down the very long rails. So this easily saves like 5 minutes of this level. Definitely the biggest skip in the whole entire game. So here Woody is going to activate this rail or go on this rail, and this allows the death barrier below to get lowered in order to go out of bounds to go to the big battery room, which is way below this level. So with the death plane lowered, he can now do his out of bounds trick if he gets up there. Hopefully, there you go. So you go up the slope, go out towards the exterior of the rocket. There is a blind trick as well because the camera is kind of stuck. So he goes through the engine room and right into the big battery room, which is the last battery you actually need to power this rocket, the one and only. And that's some rail skip for you.
That trick, I joined after it became easier, but this trick apparently used to be a lot harder.
We used to use rail glitch before that, which is a pretty much if you land on a rail in a certain way, it pretty much glitches out Woody, and when he gets hit by anything, it pretty much knocks him out the rail, which allows you to actually go to this room earlier. But this is a much easier and faster way to actually do that.
Okay, this is one of my favorite levels in the entire game. It's super easy, super simple, and it's one of the only levels you actually don't have a cutscene before, which is very strange.
So here, this is another skip. What Steve just did. I call it Jessie skip because we don't have to actually rescue her. So she's still trapped there, and we go be rescuing her a different way, an unexpected way.
And now she's freed.
There you go, she's freed, just like that. No need to worry, everyone. We all got this under control. There's Bugs here. Bugs is definitely a villain in this level, because if he shines your light at you, you pretty much have to go back to the beginning. So you definitely want to avoid all the lights, especially his light, which is completely random when he shines it.
That trick I did right there is an Xbox exclusive. The PC has a barrier there that they cannot go through there.
Yeah, so a little time save on 360.
So with that being said, is it better to run it on Xbox than on PC or any other console that it was on?
I would say I play a lot of games on console, on Xbox, like I'm exclusive to it, but I would say that PC is better to run this on.
It's definitely a little bit faster. It's a different version of it. Like all the graphics are a little bit more simplified, and the toy box mode is completely different. But it was probably fast. It is fast to run this on PC, mainly because of load screens and you skip those cutscenes. Like Steve explained before, if you delete the languages file, it pretty much eliminates all dialogue in this game. So, but I guess PC is the way to go.
We also forgot to mention in that Bonnie's house, you can actually do all of the you can do all of those dominoes that I jumped on blind.
Yes, before we even appear. So pretty much it's like wearing a blindfold. You can do that without having to not only activate that cutscene, also without having to go to the bottom of the hamster cage. Saves like 15 seconds maybe, or 20.
Alright, so now we're on to one of the longer levels in the game. But has one of the coolest tricks in the, two of the coolest tricks in the entire game, in my opinion.
Speaking on PC, for some reason, the Wii version of the game was ported to PC instead of the 360 version. So the PC is actually a worse version of the game, like the incomplete version, I almost call it, just because the 360 added so much content, like the upgrade graphics.
Alright, so that was actually really solid. They actually weren't running towards the Crusher. That they can run in so many different ways on that, and you can just get lost in where they are. Sometimes they're just hidden behind stuff, and it's just a mess.
On this side note, it is actually possible to skip dialogue on 360, but it's completely random. I don't know if it's random for sure, but it's might as well just be random. Though, somehow at completely random, I was able to skip all dialogue boxes at one point with unknown means. So. And Lost will be the most famous one.
Alright, there's going to be a lot going on, so I'll try and have Exotic try and explain everything that's going on here.
So after we rescue the aliens, we now have to rescue these toys which are stuck, as you can see back there, up there, got stuck in a pile of trash. So instead of working together to rescue the toys, we're going to be doing some crazy out-of-bounds movements to actually rescue them, because working together is very, very slow, and it's not that interesting. So what we're going to do here, Jesse's going to go right up to Bug's catwalk. This is out of bounds for Jesse. Only Bug can only go up here. But we go up here in order to activate this thing early, instead of really having to shut out the electricity. So with that, we destroy our first obstacle, the flame jets, so the toys won't get roasted. And now we're on to the Crushers. Now the Crusher is normally a thing that only Bug can disable, but you know Woody, so we're going to be using him to disable that instead. And all these jumps, Steve is missing all these buttons and switches because those would normally help the other toys out working together. So instead of doing that and disabling all that stuff and watching all these cutscenes, we're going to be skipping most of that.
What was that, Woody?
Yeah, Woody's not good at ledge crabbing. So from here, we're going to be going on top of these turbines to get our bounce with ready, so you can go onto Bug's catwalk.
This is one of my favorite tricks in the game, by the way. Going into my worst,
I'm sorry.
my least favorite trick.
I would say this is my favorite level in the entire game. Just look at it visually.
Okay.
Yeah. So Steve
This
is.
Oh, I got it. Third try.
There
Okay,
you go.
we'll get it.
So yeah, Steve is trying to clip up there onto her catwalk. Instead of going around it, you can just go right up there because the platform's not really solid underneath it. And with that, those two trashes allows Ready to disable the crushers. But this is kind of a soft lock because all the characters still back where we were, so we're going to have to be resetting their positions. And how we do that, Steve?
Does everybody like art? Do you like art, Vesper?
Yeah, I kind of like art. Yeah.
Oh, you
I
like
enjoy
art? Oh,
art.
okay. I love art. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna follow the bounds, and then we're gonna do a little bit of art. I hope everybody likes art.
Oh. Oh.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Love
yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah, undertated
Yeah.
artwork. Look beautiful. Beautiful.
If you don't like your artwork, you can kind of look up, and then you can reset it.
Yep. And the reason why we had to go out this far is to get all the characters into third position, because right now the characters are still stuck in their positions, but now going to Emerging Death Barrel allows everyone to be at the right positions to disable the Crusher or the Shredder.
Such good artwork.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my favorite trick in the entire game. I love that trick so much. All right. This is the short one. Okay.
By
Alright,
the
so
way,
now
that's
we're
a
not-
360
now
exclusive.
What was that?
That's a 360 exclusive.
Oh yeah,
Yacht.
yeah. The art is exclusive.
Totally make worth running on 360 worth it. So this is the only part of the level where we actually become bugs to disable the Shredder. We pretty much skip him for the entire level.
We're gonna
So
go
all
this
three-
way.
All three toys will be working together to open that doors, and Bugs will be throwing that trash pile
All right,
into
Woody,
the Shredder.
please, Woody, grab on. Please grab on, Woody.
You got this, Woody.
He will grab on.
There you
Thank
go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, Woody do not like grab onto those things most times. Alright, the door's going to open with Buddy. Jessie's going to open her trapdoor. And then Bugs is going to deal the final blow.
That was really good, Junkyard.
Yep.
GG.
And there you go.
Alright,
the
now
toys are
we're-
saved.
And now we are going on to the final level of the game, and that is Haunted Bakery.
Do anyone want to guess the final level for this game is?
Andy's room.
We'll see.
So you can zoom in here and shoot the muffins if you want to, or you can just shoot it like crazy, and it's like 10 times faster just to do it this way.
Oh, by the way, I
this
meant the
is-
final boss, not the final level. Whoops. So here, Seiko will be throwing some muffins, and yes, you had to fight against muffins in this game because we're back in Bonnie's imagination. So the goal here is
Let's
to
go.
pretty much destroy all the bomb muffins as fast as possible.
I didn't get a big muffin.
That's really good RNG there. Big muffin sucks, and we'll be able to skip it because we take extra hits to destroy.
All right, so now we are going to go after. That was only the first phase. There's like 5 in this final fight.
5 phases.
Eesh.
So there's the pork chop again with his red top hat.
Oops, wrong way, Steve.
And they've dreamed up a space launcher or a space cannon, whatever it's called. So pretty much, you had to do here is pretty much destroy all those tiny witches in order to deal damage to the big boss guy.
Oh, that was good. That
And
was
there
really
you go. That's
fast.
pretty good. Aiming for those small witches is harder than you think because we go all around the place. Sometimes we don't hit at all. Sometimes we teleport, and sometimes you hit them and they just do nothing. So definitely a hard section.
So now that we were done with that, we have to pick up some ammo, but it's not regular ammo that you would think of. It's a cannon launcher, but not actually a cannon launcher. No. To make it even better, it's a cow launcher.
But shoots cows.
Can you please get out of my way? Thank you.
Because cows are super heavy and we can take out big witches with lasers.
Man, I'm missing her.
I'm trying to think of extra cow puns. We had a couple ones in chat, but
So what you can do with the big witch is actually instantly destroy her and take away a whole face from her without having to go into a cow launcher many times. Saves quite a bit of time. So it's just hard to do because I aim at the quick position on the big witch.
Why was there a random keyboard just in this area?
Huh? What random keyboard? I honestly don't even know.
I didn't even notice it. I know what... You mean the bar down there next to the prison.
Okay, yeah. This takes place inside of the extra area called the I can't even see. Okay, the toy box, and that is the parlor, I believe.
Honestly, I don't even remember what it is. I just call it a bar.
Perfect. Oh gosh, get out of my way.
Yeah, all these buildings here are all toy box buildings. We can see the bank there. We can see the tailor shop, I think, on the right, and of course the post office. And on 360 version, you can actually destroy these buildings, which gives you collectibles.
Okay, I got this one.
There you go. That's
almost.
That's almost the instant kill right there.
Did it just bounce off of her body?
Yeah, her body is pretty funny, to say the least. Alright, so Steve had to collect 400 ammo in order for the next stuff to spawn. And we're about to approach time here, and the final boss in this case is the giant witch with red laser eyes.
Yeah, once her health completely goes away, that will be time.
Yep,
I will call it out, because I will also get very excited.
Yep. So get ready on time. So right now, Steve is destroying some of the small witches just so they won't block the cow's path to her. Because we love to do that, especially the green projectiles always block the cows from hitting her. So you're about to get ready on time here once Steve does his insta-kill on this witch.
No insta-kill.
It's hard to hit her far away though, to be honest though. A little bit lower.
This should be the last hit.
3 more hits, I think. 2 more hits.
Time.
There we go, time.
Nice. GG.
All right, and that was Toy Story 3. That was also a PB on my end.
Yeah.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Oh, congrats. wait, what was the final time?
My final time I got is 41:30.
Wow. GG's.
Yeah, that's what we have to. Yeah, 41:30. Waiting for it.
All right. That was Toy Story 3 done as quickly as I could possibly do it. Other people could do it faster, but I want to give a shout out to the Toy Story 3 community. Capri Dog. I never remember how to say their name, but Capri Dog is like the master at this game. World record holder on PC. Just recently, this year, just got a new world record in it. Didn't think it could be done, but just got a new one. Shout out to Exotic, who has world record on the Xbox right now.
Which is me.
And everybody in the community. If you're interested in running this game, you can contact anybody in the community. We'll help you out with all the tricks. I was able to learn this in 12 hours for the 12-hour challenge. I think anybody can learn this super quickly, even if you don't know all the tricks right away. Like I said, I took 20 plus hours to master Bonnie's house finally. But yeah, that's it for me. If you have anything, Sponge, go for it.
Not much. If you want to join the Toy Story 3 community, that would be very grateful, helpful. And we, of course, have a lot of helpers who can help out if you want to get into speedrunning or into Toy Story 3. Very fun game. Very successful for everyone because of the PC version.